Lance Mechanics here, and I want to tell you how I quit the automotive industry and how I have zero regrets now. So I left automotive, like the dealership life, in December of 2023, and I have not looked back. There was a lot of circumstances for me doing that. Honestly, I was one of the highest paid technicians in my city. I just destroyed flat rate. I was efficient. I had very little comebacks. I just very quick to get in answers. What did it in for me is a week before I made this decision, I was on the board of, I was on the college, the board there, and we were talking with other shops. And the Ford guy of all places, he's like, the cost of living is going up. And I got to raise the door rate and I got to pay my guys more. And he's like, I'm giving them a $3 an hour raise. I'm like, holy cow, I did not expect it to come from this guy. He had, that was just like, wow, I was amazed. So the following week, my service manager, which she was in this meeting with me, she said, I got some good news and bad news to the meeting and in front of everybody. They were raising the door rates quite a bit, and they were raising the cost of alignments. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? And at the same time, we're going to pay you all 0.1 less on an alignment. And just to give you guys some perspective, the dealership we were at, we were paid 1 hour for an alignment. And here's the kicker. A warranty alignment with just front toe adjustments pays 1.2 hours. And we were doing 4-wheel alignments, which is well over 1.5 hours. So they were already raping us. And even at the Toyota dealership down the road, they were making 1.5 to 2.5 depending on what was going on with the car. So we were already making half an hour less than the average dealership. And the dealership owner was going to squeeze us even more. And I'm like, holy shit. And just even more perspective, on a good day, I could do 10 alignments and I could bang them out really quick and they were accurate and everything was in the green without tapping the heads like some hacks. So I did the math in my head really quick and I'm like, that's $5,000 less a year. They upped the door rates, they upped the cost of alignments, and the dealership's reasoning was, well, the cost of alignments are going up, so we're going to lose some. And by the way, they didn't lose a single alignment. They were still selling more. So in my head, they just made $100,000 more on the back of all us technicians with how much they just reduced our pay on the alignments and how much they upped the pay per alignment. And that's the decision that broke the camel's back for me. I said, I'm out of here. We're already getting squeezed enough. This dealer principal is a friggin' loser. I'm out of here. And that's the automotive industry. They keep screwing us technicians more and more and more. And it seems like anything happens, they put the cost on us. We're producers. Why? I mean, we're not an expense. We make money at the dealership. But for some reason, the dealership thinks wash bay guys, friggin' service advisors, the shuttle drivers, they bring in the money. Like, it doesn't make sense. Those are expenses. We're your money makers, and you guys are just beating the shit out of us. And you know what? I made that decision, and I went into wind turbines of all things. I'm like, I've always wanted to build a wind turbine, climb a tower, and I got to do that for like my first project 2 months. It was in the middle of winter. It was friggin' cold, minus 40 in Alberta. And I was building turbines. And then the summer came, and the next project, I ended up being a tower lead, and I started calling in components, blades, drivetrains, nacelles. I loved it. And I loved the traveling, got to see Canada, and opened up a lot of opportunities for me. And then I went into underground heavy equipment. I'm working for one of the big 3 OEMs as a representative, and I love it. People, you don't realize underground equipment is far more advanced than automotive. Like, they're automated, they're doing things I never thought I could get into, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Now back to the dealership. It's a good one. My fellow techs, I tried to get them out of there. They didn't have the, let's just say they're just so, this is all they know. They're so beat. They can't do it. Like me, I'm always a go-getter. I do things, I chase it down. I have no problem with that. The other guys, the young guys, they're, you know, some of them have families. I don't blame them. It's secure. It's what they know. They didn't want to take the chance, and I've given them the opportunity to come underground. I've given them the opportunity to build turbines and make more money for less stress. Like, my stress was up here, and since the day I left the automotive industry, I have had no stress. Like, I've noticed change. My body doesn't hurt. My skin's better. I'm always happy, always smiling. I can breathe. Oh my good, the health benefits are amazing. And we just keep beating ourselves. And the dealership beats us. They beat us so much on every little thing. Like, it's crazy. Here's a big one. A dealership, if they forget to pay you, they'll never tell you. But if they overpay you 0.1, they come after you. It's unbelievable. Like, you have to monitor your own paycheck as flat rate. And it's crazy. Like, I remember months later, oh yeah, we overpaid you 0.2 on this. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back into history. And then I found a 10-hour discrepancy. Oh, well, you forgot to pay me for all this shit. And oh, they fight you on everything. It's bullshit. Utter bullshit. I cannot recommend this industry to anybody. Like, I got another video coming out. It's gonna be a bad one here. I may burn a lot of bridges in the community, because at least in Ontario, it's bad. And all I can say is to someone coming into this trade, don't do it. Like, I understand the benefits. I love automotive with a passion. Making videos on YouTube, it's bringing my automotive passion back. I love working underground. I went from changing little tires on Honda Civics to changing 10-foot tall tires on haul trucks and ripping apart A-frames on haul trucks and jumbos. I'll dive into that in another video. I got tons of info on that if anybody's interested. But overall, the automotive industry, it's not going to change fast. A lot's not going to happen overnight. And if you do get into this industry, you're going to be a tough person. You have to be a tough person. And I wish the best of luck to you, because I do not see anything changing in the next 10 years, especially with how greedy dealership owners are at the moment. And even private garages, when they have multiple techs, they're no better. So best wishes to you.